Good morning and welcome to Small Business Matters, where we talk about all things small business. We also, of course, talk to the entrepreneurs who make these businesses go and grow. As always, thank you to Community News for this platform. Very appreciative of that. And today's guest is an interesting one, and I'll let him introduce himself. Good morning. Who are you?
Good morning. My name is Eddie Armenteros, better known in this neighborhood as the blind man.
Okay.
Yes, blind man. I have selective vision.
Okay. Blind. So explain what you mean by the blind man.
Well, I have a company. Matter of fact, this month we're celebrating our 14th year.
Good for you.
In the window treatment business.
Okay, excellent.
We sell customized blinds for the homes.
Okay.
Where quality and precision and installation and most of it service that we provide.
Okay, we're going to get to that in a minute. But as I always like to say, people do business with people, not with companies. So I know a little bit about your background. I think it's very interesting. So why don't you share a little bit of that with us? How did you, where did it all start?
Well, it started when I graduated from NYU as a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
I practiced that for almost 10 years.
NYU is a very prestigious university.
Yes, indeed. I have a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from them. I practiced that field for almost 10 years until I went into completely out of left field into the potato chip business.
So what was being a mechanical engineer like? What exactly did you do?
Well, I design machines. Depends. Depends. The last company that I worked for, they built induction heating machinery where we harden the steel, like the hammer head, the ears in the hammer, chisels, or not. We harden. So every time you hit it with a chisel with a hammer, the chisel doesn't break or fall apart. That's called hardening the steel through heat. And then my brother came over to me one day and said, that tie that you wear every day is not going to put food in your table. So why don't you try the business that I just got into, which was Wise Potato Chips Route in Brooklyn, New York. And I did that from 1978 to 1985 until I decided, New York is too small for me. And I moved to Miami.
So what was it like having a Wise Potato Chip Route? Do they still do that or no?
Oh, yes, they do. They do, especially in the north. Down south, Frito-Lay is the one that really controls everything. What does the potato chips entail? Well, getting in the truck and distribute your products. You have to get off your seat and knock on doors to solicit business. And that's how you increase your business. And then after you increase your business, then you sell a piece of it, and that's how you really make your money. But during the time, you still make money when you're selling the product. But then the winter, my kids needed room, and there was no way of me purchasing a home in New York City because it was completely out of my range.
Right.
So my next step was to move to Miami. And in Miami, I bought the same type of business, and I had it for 4 years. And I was very successful about it. Then I said, well, you know what? It's time to move on. I'm very creative. I'm always looking for something. I'm always looking for challenges. And I said, well, I'm going to try the wine business.
Okay.
And hold and behold, I was in the wine business for 23 years.
Wow.
Okay. Love the product, love to sell. And that's really is when I learned how to deal with people.
Okay. So I want to back up, because making a transition from mechanical engineer to really you had to be a salesperson, right, on your route, on your Wise Potato Chips. What was that evolution like? How did it all happen?
Well, believe it or not, after we finish this conversation here, you're not going to believe what I'm going to tell you right now. I happen to be a very shy person.
I mean, I've known you for a little while. You never came off as that.
Shy, but I was, kind of a little bit holding back, and not until I got into the potato chip business that I really had no choice but to go to people and request for them to buy my product. That's when I really learned who I was.
Did you ever have any formal training in sales?
No, none whatsoever. This came out natural.
Okay.
The main ingredient is that I like people.
Okay.
That's what it's all about. I like people. I like to help people. Some people tell me I'm too gullible, but I'm not, because I'm a kind person. I like to help out. And that helped me deal with everybody, because I would go into a grocery store, people that I didn't know, and I had to use the best of me in order to solicit the business. And that helped me. And through the years, I developed a system. I never had a script.
Okay.
Even though in the wine business, they put you through mock sales and everything, and they put you against another salesman, like trying to knock down rejection and all that. I don't follow script. My own script is what I use, because I like people. I study people. In sales, one of the ingredients to be a good salesperson is to be able to read your customer. Okay, you have to be able to see the mannerism. You have to ask questions. You cannot talk over them. You need to hear the customer, what they want. It's not what you want, it's what they want. Because I have an array of product in the blind in the treatment. So did I in the wine business.
Even more, I imagine.
Even more. Okay, so it's what. Yes, the company would tell me, well, you need to sell this product, blah, blah.
That was going to be my next question, because you've got quotas, right?
Yeah, you got numbers.
Now you don't, because you're your own boss.
Okay.
But you've got quotas. They say you got to push this. How did you get around that?
Well, how to get around it? Because you need to develop a rapport with your customer.
Okay.
You should never bend your integrity. You should never in any way underestimate the intelligence of the people that you're talking to. Okay, be truthful. I said, Mr. Store Manager, look, you have this product. It's in the ad. I don't want to sell you 50 cases. Okay? 5 cases. You buy me 5 cases. I go to the next store, another 5 cases. At the end of the month, through my figures, I will make up my numbers, but not overload my customer. And they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because most people that want to sell those humongous displays, there's a lot of people who differ from my opinion.
Right.
Okay, but that's the way I operate. Not overload my customer, and to go into a store and see that 50-case display and you only have sold 3 bottles.
Yeah.
Okay, my customer is not going to be a happy camper.
No. Plus, here I know in the state of Florida, you have to pay within 10 days.
Yes.
So that's the other thing. So their cash flow is tied up.
And also, when it comes to liquor, cigars, cigarettes, and all that.
Right.
You're the customer. You bought it. It's yours. We're not supposed to pick it up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, that's not. Now, what the company had done in the past, not anymore, because there's a law. There's a tax on gallonage of juice. Okay, you're not supposed to give free wine to reduce a wine, because then the state get cheated out
of their taxes.
Of the tax. So what they did was, okay, listen, I want you to reduce this one. It's not moving that fast. Okay, I'm going to send you some water, Avian water or Saratoga water, whatever, non-liquor, okay, for you to reduce this wine. Then the state realized what was going on. You're not supposed to give free goods to reduce wines. Okay, so through the years, new laws came about, and that's why nowadays most of the supermarket bring the product through their own warehouse.
Okay.
Okay, in the past, we had trucks going to deliver the products to the stores. But doing through their own warehouses, they circumvent the law, and they can control the inventory.
Right.
Okay, so it's a lot of things that goes into selling products, and depends what product it is. Going to the now thing, which is the window treatment. My company is well known for the service that we provide. Yes, there's a lot of people out there who sells my product. Some of them the same, and some of them more quality products.
Low quality.
Low quality products. I tend to send quality products because I detest a customer calling me and telling my face, you sold me a garbage product. You told me this was quality and it's not. What are you going to do about it? One of the things that I do, I answer all my phone calls. Okay, I cannot satisfy everybody, but I could try to satisfy almost everybody. Okay, that's why when I started my business, I was approached by my son-in-law, who's a retired general contractor, and he told me, "You go into this business, you're going to have a lot of competition. You need to have your price have to be real low in order to compete with these people." And I said, "Well, the only way I could bring my prices down if I bring the quality down."
Right.
And I did that. Big mistake.
That's how you started.
Yeah,
with low quality.
Low quality because I was concerned about the pricing.
So I imagine you had a lot of headaches after that.
Oh, indeed. So I realized big mistake. So I started providing high quality product. Obviously, the prices went up.
Your clientele changed too, I imagine.
Clientele changed, of course. But at the same token, my prices are very competitive. And he also told me this. He says, "You're going to have a lot of competition out there." I said, "I differ from your opinion." And he gives me like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, in order for another company to compete with me, they have to be as good as me or better than me. And that doesn't exist." I mean, that's going to call arrogant, maybe. But you need to be proud of the product that you represent. You need to be proud of the service that you provide. And that's what it's all about. Service. I tell my customers, my relationship with you doesn't end when I put in the last screw and you pay me what you owe me. No, actually, that's when it begins. Because it's the service that I provide afterwards. If you have a situation with one of my blinds, call me. I'll be there the same day or the next day, but it will be taken care of. I don't charge for service call, and most of my competition do.
Okay.
And I have encountered that people have bought blinds from somebody else, and all of a sudden they're calling me because someone gave them my number for me to fix somebody else's blind. And I said, "I don't have a problem with that." "Well, how much you going to charge me?" I said, "You already paid me. Then you give me Cuban coffee? It's already paid." Now, I would prefer a little bit of banana bread, but I'm pushing it, I believe.
No, it's still pretty cheap.
And and that's the way. Look, I love people, and I cannot stop saying that. I value people for what they do, not for who they are. People have the tendency.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? I don't profile people.
Okay.
What I do is I go to your home. I don't question how you live. I don't question, how clean or dirty your home is. All I care about is that you call me because you need a window treatment. And I'm there to provide you all the information necessary and answer all the questions that you may have. And I will provide you extra information so you can go ahead and make an intelligent decision. Because whatever you do for your home, my friend, it's your home.
Yeah.
Regardless what it looks like, but it's your home, and you're buying something to make it beautiful. So who am I to push my ideas? I can only give you my suggestions, and that's as far as I go. But the whole idea is people. Treat people with decency, with respect, and you will get back the same thing. And one of the things I tell people, I go into a home, I'm a total stranger. So you have to diffuse the idea that I'm there to take the money away.
Right. That's a big concern, especially here in South Florida.
Exactly. So what I do is very simple. I take the measurements and everything. I sit down and I said, I must say something. And they will give me one of this look like, what's this guy's going to tell me? He already said a lot of things. What else can he say? I said, well, I'm going to tell you, my discounts are based how I'm treated.
I'm sure they say, what?
Oh. I said, well, and it goes through levels. You give me a cup of water, you may get some discount. You give me a bottle of water, that goes up. Now you gave me Cuban coffee or American coffee. I don't discriminate.
Okay.
Because I swim in both oceans.
Okay.
Okay. Cuban coffee, American coffee, and most of it. If you have banana bread, girl, man, you're gonna get a discount.
All right. So how of 10 homes you visit,
Well,
how many give you banana bread? I gotta know.
my wife, every time I come home and she sees me with a bag, she goes, "Are those banana bread?" I had a lady in the Keys who I went to do the proposal. We made the deal and everything. She gave me coffee. She had banana bread. She gave me a slice. And when I went to do the installation, she had baked me 4 loaf of banana bread. Okay? And my installer at that time looked at me and says, "Let me tell you something, Eddie. If you tell people that your discounts as big how you treat it and you ask them for the car, they're going to give you a car because you are amazing. Amazing." And I'm blowing my own horn. Like I said, you need to make people feel comfortable with you because like you said earlier, people buy from people.
Correct.
They can get my product at Home Depot,
Right.
not my product.
Right. A similar product.
Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
They can get blinds in Home Depot. And if you notice, I just raised my voice. You can get blinds at Home Depot, at Lowe's, Ace Hardware, anywhere. But you're not going to get the quality that I provide and the service that I provide. And my blinds are custom made. They go exactly to your window. Where all these big box stores, they sell products, but they are for windows that are not, they are so real. They're not real because it's not a square window in this world.
Right.
Okay? And
All
yes,
different sizes.
there are different sizes. And those people, they sell normal size, 36 inches by 48. But gee, your window's 35 by 62. They don't have that. So again, they can make it for you, a special order, but you're going to pay for that more than you will pay for me, for my product. So,
I think that's a big, I'm a Home Depot shopper. They're good.
Me too.
They're good for certain things, but for certain things, and I've lived this with one of my clients, Miami Water Heater, who is the company's Reams warranty shop. So if anything goes wrong, they service it. You don't have to call the manufacturer. And I guess it's the same with you because Home Depot, they're going to subcontract an installer, right?
Yes, that's an extra charge.
They're going to subcontract the manufacturing of it because they don't do that.
Right.
So something goes wrong, who do you call?
Nobody. You cannot call good Ghostbusters because they will not. You buy the product and it's yours.
Right.
And if the product is altered in any way, you're doomed.
Right. So if you put an extra screw in or whatever.
You damage the product as you're taking out of the box, or when you return it, you're missing a part, they will not accept it back. Okay? Because they need to resell that again. They're not going to dump it in the garbage because you returned it.
Right.
Okay. In my case, all the mechanical parts of mobile blinds, I guarantee 100%. If you buy a motorized shade, my motors, I use top of the line motors for the shades. They're guaranteed for 5 years.
Okay.
Even if your motor goes bad on the 4-year, 364 days, and you call me, this motor kaput, I will say, no problem. I'll change it for you. Okay? No question asked. There have been instances I had this customer who, and you have to sometimes assess the situation because a lot of customers tells you things that are not true.
Okay.
Okay?
Like
they tell you, this thing is not working. So you go there to check it. Oh, who cut the wires? Of course, it's not working, but you're not able to recharge if it's a battery recharged battery, a motor. How are you going to hook up the charger if you cut the wire? I cannot give you credit for that.
Right.
Because when I take it back to the shop,
they have to rewire. They have to do.
You have to rewire, and then it's broken. Hey, you damaged the product. Now, if the wires are intact, and I do my best to reprogram. It doesn't take the reprogram. It doesn't take the recharge and everything. Don't worry about it, okay? Leave it like that. I don't want to take the blind away from your window, so you don't have to deal with people looking into your windows and all that. Leave it there. I'll bring the new motor in. I will install inside of your house, so you don't have to worry about people looking through your windows. Okay, you won't be able to use that window, that blind for a while, but at least you have your privacy. Okay, and that's what I do. You know, I try to accommodate my customer to the best of my ability. There are customers that no matter what you do, you're not able to satisfy the needs.
That always happens in every business. That happens
in any business. So I try to be, because when I started this business, going back a little bit, there are two different type of people who does my business. The people that comes to your house and sells your product, okay, and charge you an arm and a leg, okay, and they don't care if you're going to refer them, because all they care is the moment of making a lot of money.
Right.
My vision is different. My vision is I'm going to charge you the right price for you to be happy, for you to, any chance someone asking you, who did your blinds? I hope my name comes to your mind and you will refer me.
Okay, so interesting, because you just talked about referrals. How else do you get business, right? And what percentage of your business would you say is referral business?
Well, as of this moment, 97% of my business is referrals.
Okay.
Because I did something for somebody. Okay.
That doesn't happen overnight.
No. It's like you have to plant the seed, and you need to water the seed.
Do you ask for referrals? Do you say, hey, is there anybody like you that might be able to use my
Absolutely. I always have plenty of business cards with me.
Okay.
You know, I'm not a real estate agent. Most real estate agents, you ask for a business card, they don't have it. You know, but that's just an inside joke.
I know.
Okay. I have a lot of friends who are realtors, and they do have business cards. Okay. But I do ask for the referrals. I do ask for reviews. I do ask, if you feel, and this is a very dangerous question, okay? When I finish my installations and everything, this is a question, it's a double-edged sword. I ask, did I fulfill your expectation? That's a dangerous question.
It's a great question, though.
It is a great question, but it's a dangerous question. Because if there is something that they have a question on, they can say, no, you did not fulfill my expectation. Or yes, you did fulfill my expectation, and you went beyond.
So what if they say no? What's the next step?
I said, point out to me what is the part that makes you say that to me. Okay? And then if they will go and say, well, this here, there's no issue.
I'll fix it.
I'll fix it. It's an installation situation. My question is, maybe you didn't like when I put that fascia or cassette slanted. Well, it could be. Then I will give them an intelligent answer. The reason that it's slanted is because that cassette or that fascia, the top of your window is not level. It's like this. Okay? So I have a choice to even go like this, lower that bracket over there for it to be level, and then you're going to have a space between the top of your shade, the top of your cassette, to the edge, and that's going to look awful. That will be my explanation. But
right.
Then, if they say, well, no, I prefer you have it the other way, no problem. We will rearrange that.
So I have an alternative for you to say, did I fulfill your expectations? You say, would you recommend me?
Absolutely. That will be the follow-up question.
Okay, because that's a great question, because there you're going to know if they're happy or not.
Exactly. And let me tell you, I started this business on a part-time basis in 2010. At that time, I was selling wine also. I used to work for a wine company. And because I started at 6 o'clock in the morning in the wine until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and sometime beyond.
What clients do you see at 6 in the morning?
Well, BJ's, Costco,
Okay,
those guys.
Supermarkets, I imagine.
Supermarket, Publix.
No, I know they're open. They're open in the middle of the night to receive bread. I
Publix
know
opens their stores to the customer at 7.
Right.
But the employees arrive at 5, 4 o'clock. So
Right.
I used to go through the back doors to service my wines. And in a situation like that, you say, God, putting all these hours, how am I going to sell my blinds? So I had a head start from any of the people that started in the blind business, because I called supermarkets, restaurants, and liquor stores, and why not? Those were all my customers.
Yeah.
First of all, because they knew me. They knew who I was. Okay? So I would tell people, listen, because I know that you work, I don't want you to take off from your work because I got to go measure your windows. I go after you come from work. I will not say that I work for one company.
Right.
So I will go to a house at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening to measure windows and give proposal. The installation, the same thing. No, don't worry about it. Come Saturday and Sunday, I do the installation for you.
Right.
Because I didn't want to jeopardize my wine job either.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I provided a service. I provided a service to my wine. I provided a service to my blind business, And 3 years down the road, I decided, I think it's time for me to go 100% on the window treatment business. And in 2013, September 2013, I told my wife, my wife, Gilma.
Yep.
Okay, I said, honey, you got a self-employed person. She said, what? So,
No more insurance, huh?
No more insurance, but I didn't have insurance for myself, but she did have insurance.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I waited 3 more years, because she would get insurance. Okay. Then, of course, I started getting Obamacare here and there,
Yeah.
But I was very healthy, so I took a gamble. Okay.
Like every entrepreneur.
Exactly. I took a gamble. I remember if I go back, when I mentioned to my friends at the wine company, this particular fellow, I said, you know what? I'm going to leave at the end of the year in 2013. Something happened that accelerated my departure earlier, but I'm not going to talk about that.
I know how cutthroat that business is.
Okay, well, I had an issue with my supervisor, but that's irrelevant. He said to me, are you sure that's what you're doing? I said, yes. You're not a spring chicken, I said, well, I'm not a spring chicken body-wise, but mentally, I'm a spring chicken on anybody. I said, but you're 59 years old, Eddie. What about if that doesn't work out? What are you going to do? Who's going to hire you at 60, 61? I said, well, you see, that's the difference between you and I. And I'm going to say this in Spanish.
Go ahead.
Lo tengo bien puesto. So, there's no room for failure here.
Right.
There's no room for failure.
You were going to get it done no matter what.
No room for failure. And I already have pre-planned what I was going to do. Remember what I said earlier? In this business, you got 2 types of people.
Right.
The people who wants to make your money and you, okay, and maybe somebody else. Me, my vision is my goals, my vision. I want in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I want people calling me and refer me because I did a hell of a job. And that's what's happening. For the past 6 years, my business has been referrals. I work a lot.
Amen, right?
Okay, I work a lot and health. And God had given me the health in order to continue going.
Yeah.
Gave me the strength, okay, to not to succumb to situations. And one person I need to thank is none other than my wife, Gilma.
A great lady.
You know, yesterday, on the 1st of March, we celebrated our 27th year that we met. Okay? When she met me, and I'm getting a little bit choked up here. When she met me, I was in despair. I lived and I slept in the sofa at my cousin's house, who just came from Cuba. That's how under I was. And Gilma has been the person to bring me back my dreams, my purpose, and my desire to continue. And I owe that to her, okay? And obviously to her family, to my children, who have stood behind me 100%, okay? And encouraged me. And every day, and I tell you this, and I've been repeating this forever because I do feel it. When I leave my house, I wear my wife's shoes because she's the one who guides me in my life. That's who my wife is.
Beautiful.
Okay? That's who she is. She's not easy. She's tough.
I know that.
She's tough. But you know what? I wouldn't have her any other way. You know? And her birthday's coming up.
I know it is.
Okay? So...
Eddie, believe it or not, the time is up. We're out of time.
Well,
great way to end this conversation.
Yes.
We'll have you back.
Anytime.
And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This has been an extraordinary experience. Thank you to you for giving me this opportunity to talk about what I do and who I am. I'm a simple person.
And a blind man.
And a blind man at the same time. But I have selective vision.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for being on this show today, for being participant in this show. Eddie, Community News, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.